I spawned into a world completely void of blocks, but with one goal in mind. As for the next 7 days, I'll be attempting to create a massive Noteblock cover of a song in Minecraft, one that stretches from the bottom of the world all the way to its max build height. This will set a world record that, unless the core rules of the game change, will never be broken. Will I be able to rise to the top, or will this idea fall flat? Well, I'm about to find out as day 1 officially gets underway. Now, usually, one of the first things people do when making a cover of a song is knowing what song to cover. I don't. And this obviously presents a problem. If I don't know what song I want to cover, I can't begin building. And the longer I wait to begin building, the chances of not being able to finish this project in the allotted time drastically increases. But even though I knew this, I was still stuck. Nothing stood out. No one idea seemed good enough to proceed with. And to make matters worse, the longer I was stuck, the more doubt started to creep in. What if there was now no way I could finish in a week? How could I have been so blind as to not think of a song beforehand? What if this video comes out and no one watches it? At this point, it was clear I wasn't getting much done, and mentally I was out of it. So I figured the only logical thing to do was to just take the fall for today and hopefully come back tomorrow with a game plan. And I'm glad I did. Of all the ways inspiration could have come, this idea was sparked by listening to the radio. And I don't mean that I was jamming to a playlist either. I'm talking a plain old AM/FM radio, which at the time of my inspirational moment was playing a song that pointed me in the direction the song eventually went. But even though I had a better understanding of what I wanted this song to end up like, I still didn't know what song to actually play. And then it finally hit me. As a little kid, and as many little kids do, I took music lessons for a bit. And one of the instruments I learned was the piano. Now, I was middle of the pack at best, and I hardly remember anything from that time. But for some reason, there is one song I still remember the chords to. Combine that with the plans I already had from that fateful moment of listening to the radio, and at last, I knew what I wanted to play. So I hopped back onto the blank world and began placing down blocks. As soon as I get rid of this starting platform. Now, I'm no music expert, but from what I've heard, songs usually have 6 to 7 parts. First verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, and then some sort of outro. So, with a minimum build height of -64 and a max build height of 319, we have a total of 383 blocks to work with. That means we have approximately 55 blocks to work with for each part of the song. And hopefully my math is better than my musical skill was as a child. I just need to figure out how to make this song go upward now. And my first thought is to create this chain using observers and note blocks. However, if any blocks are transparent, the circuit instantly breaks. So that idea goes to the dumpster. Okay, I am having way too much fun with this. The next idea I have runs redstone dust next to the note blocks, which fixes the problem from the previous one, but remember, we only have about 50 blocks to work with for each part of this song. And this circuit is going to move way too high, way too fast. So what about something in between the two? What if we move in a zigzag shape upwards instead of outwards? It seems to work pretty well. You know what? Time is short, and this works, so it will suffice. For a beat, I'm thinking we keep it rather simple, yet catchy. This should work just fine. I also want layers of piano and guitar. Where's the guitar block? There it is. Timing these two seem to take forever, but they are synced up. Now to figure out as to what they will sound like. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now onto the piano. Tune these chords here, if I remember them correctly. Yes, this goes together very nicely. But before we use any of these, I want to introduce the song with a little drum beat. Where's the sand block? There it is. My original plan seems to require half ticks. I don't want to use half ticks. So after some finagling, that should be good. But then, things were not good. Guys, we have a problem. Due to the delay from the button input and the repeaters, this observer fires twice. So, we need a different solution. What if I tried creating a mini redstone torch tower? Does that work? Hey, it does! That is a huge relief. I was thinking we were gonna need a complex setup with like copper bulbs and comparators. I guess sometimes simpler is better. The first part of this first guitar layer is done. Now to add in the drums. This is starting to look pretty awesome if you ask me. Which you probably didn't, so on to piano. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the piano may be the hardest layer because it consists of chords. And those chords change. That didn't sound right at all. Not gonna lie, again, this is slightly harder than I hoped it would be. And I messed it up again. But it should now be done. And we're only 15 blocks up. Yay. Actually, I copied the beat, and look where the first verse stops. Right on the money. Now a keen eye will tell you I moved the beat over one layer. That was to make the lyrics to this song front and center, so they are the loudest. You usually want to hear the lyrics after all. These are not performing very cohesively. Aha! This repeater had one too many ticks delay. All the lyrics are in for the first verse. Hey, do you think we could use creeper heads for cymbals? I guess we'll wait and see. And now begins the chorus, which means a whole different set of piano chords. I feel like I should be taking notes as to how many times I need to right-click each note block. I should, but I probably won't. With the piano chords finally done, I'm thinking of adding a lighter drum beat since this is the first iteration of the chorus. That should do it. Now to copy what I just did over again. Copied over, and all that's left to do is painstakingly time the lyrics again. Honestly, sometimes I wonder why I do these things to myself. But in the end, it's usually worth it. One thing I want to try is to extend the last note here. We'll see how it sounds. Actually, that kind of works. But before we continue, I just realized I never actually told you what song I'm covering. I wanted something kind of simple and a song that no one artist lays complete claim over. It's called Mighty to Save, and there are a few hundred different covers of it out there already. The basic beat I got from listening to the radio, and the chords I still remembered from my childhood. Putting those together has led to what we have right now. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like a trail ruin. You know, one of those structures used to give archaeology a reason to exist in the game? Yeah, that's the one. I just tested what we have so far, and everything works as intended. However, we are falling behind on where we're supposed to be height-wise. But now, here comes the fun part. The part where we can clone huge chunks of our work and call it a day. Never mind, this next verse needs a bit of tweaking anyway. I just don't seem to get this thing right. Again. Okay, now we got it. No matter how many times I do this, it's always nerve-wracking with a new clone. And that's why. That's better. Second chorus is in, but we still need to make up for lost space here. So by running the chorus again, we're back on schedule. Actually, no, I just checked the Y level and we are drastically behind. No, wait, what am I saying? The world starts at y negative 64, not y0. Silly me. Anyway, the last major part of this song we still need to create is the bridge, which I have already made wrong. That should be the piano chords done, and this should be the other layers done. Actually, I am going to remove this part. Now to start the last set of lyrics, which I placed wrong again. You know, I think the worst part about this bridge is that it sticks out one block further than the rest of the song. Why must you stick out one block further? Just like the chorus, we can extend this note to avoid awkward silence. Like so. All is actually working well. I just need to make one last addition. And now it's just a simple case of copying what I have. Hopefully. There is a chance I still need to tweak something. So far, this is going up pretty well. My only concern is that we are still below Y200. So, we have like 100 more blocks to go. But I've used both choruses and the bridge already. I need another plan. And after some more planning, I've decided to add in the bridge again, but instead of extending the last note out to the side, we extend it upwards. So this little copper bulb circuit will ensure the observer only activates once. I can go more vertical than that. The question is, do I have to? So something like this to extend the note will get us started. I could go larger, but I think this gets the point across. To fill in the last of the blocks, we can create a delay upwards using observers. Believe it or not, that's how long I need the delay to be. And then duplicate how the song all started, which gets us very close to the top. To extend the last note, I'll need the copper bulb circuit again. Then we can run a note block staircase all the way to build height. And we have finally made it. This may be one of the most annoying sounds I've heard recently. But now the building process is complete. So I present a week's worth of work as soon as I get back down to the bottom. Well, what'd you think? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it so horrible that you had to have both ears surgically replaced? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And until next time, God bless, see you later. Honestly though, the amount of times I've asked people to leave a comment, and then no one leaves a comment, it's quite a lot.